Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Y'all caught me doing a little head shake to the music, so my bad. Welcome to the call, guys. Welcome to the call. And welcome, everybody. And it is Sunday night. We're going to do some training. And Mr. Jabri Clemens, I thank you for being on here and do what you do. Mr. Thomas, Mrs. Catherine Williams, Samuel Foster, Harrison Mills. Who else we got out there tonight? Mr. Culver's driving, man. Mr. Culver's always driving. He's cutting across the country. Mr. Freddie Sherman, Corey, Miss Akiko in Japan, Ishmael, how you doing, sir? Mr. Ransom, and Miss Natasha Wang, welcome to the call, dear. Marcia Carter, and who we got here? Miss Ursula Allen, how you doing? Miss Gail Wiggins, Miss Natalie Parr coming on board, Carolyn Baker. So we got a nice, Mrs. Mary Perez is coming on here, Miss Maria Belina. So we just loading up. We'll take all the last minuters. We don't care, right? Little information's better than no information. So awesome. All right, guys, we're going to keep it simple tonight. Might not be able to see some of you, so let me see if I can. Oop, nope, that didn't work. So I'm not a techie, so please forgive me. So forgive me. So guys, thank you, Mr. Thomas, for letting us share our hearts on the call, and then for the fact that we are able to get information out there to people. And it's our hope, guys, that if you want to take notes, you take notes. If you don't, you try and keep it up here, good luck. My brain's not that good, but it is what it is. So, but for tonight, guys, I'm gonna cover a little bit about last week. Remember we talked about last week, sending the outreaches for the ID seal. Okay, I got some feedback for you on that. Then we're gonna do something a little bit different. I got some stuff on vision, and then a little call to action that we're gonna do. So if you guys are on the call, get ready. So now outreaches. So we talked about ID seal outreaches last week, right? Y'all remember? Hope you're on the call. Remember that? So out of 8 outreaches that we did total, right? Looking for their feedback. Here's what we got. So 3 out of the 8, right, haven't got back to us yet, right? They're reading the messages, but they're trying to ghost us. And that happens. Don't be like shocked, right? Okay. So 3 haven't got back to us. That leaves us 5. Okay. We have an appointment with 1 on Wednesday, and she's going to get the year. She likes the year, and she wants to get the year. All right. And then we have another one I follow up with tomorrow, and it's a husband and wife team, but we're only calling that 1. Okay. And we're been friends, and they actually moved to Florida. Okay. So now we got 3. So 1 wants it, but it's real tight with the money. So she wants to figure out what she can do to get that, because she understands how valuable that is. Because even if you're tight with the money, here's what you got to understand, guys. I'm tight with the money, and it's easy to say, Mr. Mills, I get that, Harrison. I get that. I was tight with the money one time. Don't believe their excuses. Does that make sense? Because yeah, you're tight with the money now, girl or guy, brother. If you get hijacked and you got to hire a lawyer, you're gonna wish you were spending $28 a month, because it's going to be way over that to get your stuff cleared up. Enjoy your night in jail. Hopefully everything works out tomorrow. They let you. But that's some of the stuff they got to look at. So I was kind of being a smart ass about it. But in reality, it's like, if you get hijacked, your information gets hijacked and gets used, it could cost you several thousands of dollars just to get that cleared up. And not only that, the time it's going to take that you have to spend getting information and doing things, and the length of time it's going to take to get it all done, right? So just be smart. You don't have to be, mean about it, but just be smart about it. So 1 doesn't have the money, and she's looking at how to figure that out. And 2 said no out of the 8. 2 said no. So Rose and I unfriended them. No, I'm just kidding. So what we did was, here's a question that Rose posed. She says, Okay, hey, that's awesome. That's fine. Just know we're here for you. If you decide to look at something or get something in the future, can you do us a favor? If I sent you a post, could you guys post that on your Facebook? And both of them said yes. Now, what do they have? They have a sphere of influence that Rose and I don't have. I don't know all their family. I don't know all their friends. Okay. So that was a follow-up from last week's call. Now, here's our call to understand, or our call to action today. All right, guys. So here it is, and I hope everybody understands. This is no disrespect to anybody on in this tribe or in ACN, and no putting anybody down for not wanting to participate, right? Because this is going to be a 2-week call. Got it? So if you can't make both weeks, then can you please not participate? All right. And here's why. So this is going to be a call to action, a call to commitment, a call for you to grow your business, for you to see. See, this all started with me, and it started with me getting into action. It started with me and my call to commitment, and it started with my call to becoming a better leader. I had to look at me first. All right. So with that being said, for you guys, if you guys could, I need you to get 2 pieces of paper. You're already, for those who are taking notes, you already got your 1 piece of paper. But get an extra piece of paper, okay? Let's see if I can do something here. There we go. I had to mute somebody. I could hear them moving around. All right, you guys, you got your 2 pieces of paper. We ready to go? It's gonna be simple. We're gonna do some drawing tonight, okay? So it starts with me, and I want to be a better leader. So now with your 2 pieces of paper, 1 for notes and 1 for we're going to make a graph, okay? So if you guys could do me a favor, just draw, this is just a quickie, 6 lines straight down, okay? Once you got that, you guys could just throw some thumbs up. 6 lines straight down, look something like that. How's everybody doing? You don't have to be perfect. Just get an idea. You can come back later and make it pretty. For those sea urchins. Sharks already got it done in the paper cut in half already. It's too much time. All right, now, next, towards the top, do a line going all the way across. So you got a little gap on top. And then write the days of the week in there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right? Couple secs. Now this, everybody knows this signifies the days of the week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Now, throughout each day, starting tomorrow morning, all the way to next Sunday, tomorrow, Sunday night's call, right? Throughout each day, down here in this open spot, all the way down, I need you guys to put down every activity you do for your business. Okay, example. I made X number of calls today. I sent out X number of videos today. I got 2 prospects numbers. Anything you did for your business on that day goes in that day. Okay? Now, next week, starting with me, this is why this is a 2-week call. Next week, starting with me, we're going to quickly go over and go through our week on this call. So I'm going to start it off. Monday, I had 6 phone calls, 2 partridges in a pear tree, 6 numbers. Boom. I mean, it's going to be a quick all the way through. No excuses, no nothing. I didn't do anything on Tuesday because no one cares. I wasn't able to do anything Tuesday. What'd you do Wednesday, Thursday? Just give us a quick brief of what you did. Then like on my thing, Miss Mary Perez is my first one up. Miss Mary Perez, what did you get this week? Everyone's going to say a little bit of something. Okay. So this is what it's going to do. It's going to show you and get you into action. Now, here's what's really nice. All right, this is putting each of us into action, and now we have accountability to each other. I'm going to be accountable to Sam, who's going to be accountable to Mary, who's going to be accountable to Harrison, who's going to be accountable to Mr. Thomas, who's going to be on and on and on. All right? So that's why it's a 2-week call, guys. Don't worry. No one's ever failed at this. There's nothing on here you can do that's going to create failure. Okay? So that's what we're going to do next week. Everybody on board? Sweet, sweet, sweet. I know Sam's like, man, wait till I go to the mall. It's going to be on and cracking. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So with that being done, that's our call to action. That's next week. So everybody on today, try to get on next week and we'll get that covered. Sound fair? It's our call to action. All right. That puts us all in it. We in it to win it. So now the other thing I wanted to talk about here, and the wife and I were talking about that, was casting vision. Is everybody good about casting vision? Let me look at here. So let me do something here. Does anybody struggle with casting vision? Anybody? Mary, Harrison, a little bit? I struggle sometimes, Mr. Freddie. It happens. It happens. So thank you for being honest, because this is what happens. You're going to get better now because you've identified where you're going and what you've been doing. So I'll give you a little quick about one of my favorite quotes about vision, and it's from Helen Keller. And she said, the only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. That's huge. The Proverbs talks about people without vision perish. That's biblical. Everybody knows God can't lie. Okay? So, with that being said, I'm going to tell you guys a story about the lemon. You guys ready for this? Who's ready for the story about the lemon? Everybody? All right. I need everybody to do me a favor, straight up. I need everybody to close their eyes, and I want you to vision this, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you the story about the lemon. I got this lemon. I'm going to make some lemonade, but I want to test the lemons before I start just juicing everything and going crazy, right? So that lemon, can you guys see that lemon sitting there on the counter? Beautiful. It's yellow, and it's just not too firm and not too soft. So I take that lemon. You can't really smell it, but as I cut it in half long ways, my knife going through and that lemon opens up and some juice gets on the counter. I can smell that lemon. Can you guys smell that fresh lemon coming up and hitting your nose? It's like, oh, wow, that smells so good. I take that lemon now and I take one piece in my hand and I've cut it into 4 quarters, right? Like you eat an orange, I got 4 quarters and I pick that one up and I can smell it. It's just that lemon flavor getting up. And I take it and I put it up to my mouth and I open my mouth real big and I bite down into that pulp. That lemon juice just runs in my mouth and my face just puckers up. And my mouth is just watering saliva. It's just like, oh my God, this is the juiciest lemon I've ever tasted. Open your eyes. How many people's mouth, by telling the story, my mouth got watery? Did everyone's mouth got watery? That's having vision. Do you understand that? You guys had the vision of what it was doing. Who here had a lemon? Who here could smell my lemon? Who here could take? Nobody. None of y'all had lemons. It's your brain. Here's what you got to understand. Extremely, extremely powerful, because here's what's happened. Science has proven that our brains do not know the difference from real and imagination. Oh, Chris, that's not true. Oh, hold on, let me give you an example. Who here has had a dream and someone was chasing them, but the person that was chasing them, you're trying to go through town and you're dodging people and going through, but no matter how fast you run, you're running as hard as you can and you can't run any faster and you can feel it and you're running, but that person's slowly catching you. No matter you're running faster, you're dodging more people and you're cutting and you're Walter Payton on a football field, you're cutting and dodging, but no matter how fast and how much juke you had, that person kept catching you. And just before they got to you, right? You woke up. Anybody, that ever happened to anybody? Was your heart racing? Were you breathing. Why? It was a dream. It wasn't real. But your brain does not know that. They have proven that. Straight fact. Anybody ever have that you were flying? I remember I could take off running, and it was really weird because I couldn't do it all the time. But if I held my hand just right, I could take off running and zoom people and do all kinds of stuff. And if I didn't do things just right, I'd come back to the ground and I'd have to try and do it again. I remember waking up from that. And I remember that feeling and those visions I had in my head of me up there soaring around. I've never soared like that. And I've flown in, like most of us have probably flown in big planes. I've flown in some small planes. My dad was a pilot. But it still wasn't me with my arms flying. Here's what's crazy. I still woke up feeling like I just got out of the air. Dead sleep in my bed. My brain, my mindset, what your brain goes through. Your brain does not know the difference between real and imagined. Why do you think people tell you so much? Successful people, so much, right? Be careful what you say. Your brain doesn't know the difference. If this isn't proof for it, for you to start changing what and how you say things, I don't know what is. But you've got to start believing today. You've got to start believing now. Okay? So, let's see, where was I? I had a dream. Okay, right. So, here's what's really cool. This is how our brain works. It's proven fact. You deny it all day long. But proof is proof. We need to use that to our advantage. When we're talking to people, when we're casting vision. You see, when we're casting vision, they just see like, okay, I got an opportunity here. What vision do they see? They really don't know. You have to be the painter for their vision. You have to be the vision caster. If you guys ever see when I'm on Facebook, it says Chris and Rose, vision casters. We try to cast vision for people. Now, I'm not the best at it, and I probably suck, but I'm going to keep trying it every single time. All right. So, how does one cast vision? A lot of people have an idea. Like I used to have an idea, but I didn't really know. Right. So how do you cast vision? So here's some examples. I'll give you an idea. So when I'm talking to somebody and I'm talking about, like, say they've got 2 jobs, 3 jobs or whatever, I would say something like, what will you do with the extra time you have if you get rid of your second job? What will you and your family do on weekends now that you don't have to work? What will you do with the extra money you have each month after we get your biz to a position where the income covers just one of your bill's expenses because you're living paycheck to paycheck? Can you imagine what it'll be like when? That's wide open there. Can you imagine what it would be like, what your life would be like, what your family's life would be like when? See, these are just a few things you can use. Maybe to make it a little simpler for some people is, like I would say, have you ever told kids a story and made it sound so scary? Or you made it sound so amazing or so unbelievably perfect? Exactly. You're casting a vision. You're casting a vision. One of the stories I used to tell my kids is I grew up in the mountains. So I used to tell them, Grandma and Grandpa really aren't my parents. I was raised by wolves. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, right, Dad, right, Dad. So we'd be out doing something in the woods, and I'd do something like, Dad, how did you figure that out? I told you, the wolves taught me. We'd go another time, be out there fishing, and I needed more bait. I went up, dug a bunch of bait up. They're like, what, Dad? They're both like, how did you know termite larvae was in the log? I said, the wolves. So my kids always think their whole lives, since they were little ones, Dad was raised by wolves. Some of the stuff that I've done, I see a look in her face. They're like, maybe Dad's not lying. So what are my grandkids getting? Grandpa was raised by wolves. Grandpa, how do you know how to do this? We went out back to the little yard and down where their grandma lives, and we started a little fire. I showed them how to start a little fire. Little tiny fire. They were like, what? How'd you learn? The wolves taught me. They don't know. But I casted a vision for them. Right? See, here it is. What you could do or be with your vision is limitless. You could be anything you wanted. Just be honest about it, right? Be genuine. It's like when Mr. Foster goes to the mall. I guarantee you, Mr. Foster, and I heard him say it the other night. And you were rocking that haircut, dude. Where'd you get that? He liked his haircut. He ain't lying. But be genuine when you say it. If you are going to lie, still be genuine in your approach and how you say it. But I'll tell you what, if you're genuine and you approach people like that, he's getting a country, not a country mile, he's getting a country 2 miles out of people because of how he approaches people and the vision he's casting for them. Man, you working too hard. When they can see that vision and see there's something else out there, they're going to be more attracted to it. They're going to be more attracted to you because that's Mr. Foster. See, they see their vision, right? This is their vision of Mr. Foster. He doesn't have to go to a job every day like I do because he's at the mall. Well, what's he doing? Can I be a part of it? Is he hiring? It's a vision, he said. Just by going to the mall. He's creating a vision just by going to the mall. And I go to the mall when it was open. It's back open here now. I go all the time. Don't you got a job? Nope. Business takes care of that. What do? You know that phone you got in your pocket? Vision. You know that phone you got in your pocket? How many times do you pay that bill? Every month? Exactly. Every month you pay that bill, I get paid. How does that work? Mr. Thomas taught me that. In fact, my first ETL into business scared the crap out of me. Literally. Because we were at, Mr. Thomas, I don't know if you remember that. We were at Nordstrom's Rack, and he was buying a pair of slacks for somebody in the business at the time. And Mr. Thomas looks at him. He's paying for it, right? He pulls his cash out and he's paying for it. And he goes, "You're a hardworking young man." And he looks over at me. He goes, "You see this guy right here?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Every time a cell phone here in Fresno/Clovis rings, he gets paid." And the kid looks at me. I'm crapping my pants now because I'm new in the business. And Mr. Thomas goes, and the kid goes, "Yeah?" He goes, "Really?" Mr. Thomas says, "Yeah. You guys should exchange numbers." And he'll tell you all about it. And turns around, walks away. I didn't know what to do. Except, you know what? Playing it. It's like the duck up on top of the water. I was calm as hot butter. Just laying there underneath the water like Mr. 1,000 miles an hour, my legs. That's how I felt. So yeah, I got some time this week. We can sit down. I'll show you. Here, let me. Oh, and I had someone's business card. I don't know whose business card it was. Have no idea. But I pull it out and go, "Oh, this is one of my buddy's business cards. I can get another one from him. Put your name and number on the back of that business card." I thought that Mr. Thomas taught me that too. Carry other people's business card for notes. Got his name and number. Became an ETL in like a week. Okay. But the vision, see? Every time a phone goes ring, he'll tell you all about it. Cast that vision. Because like I say, you could be or do anything with vision. You could be or do anything with action. It's all limitless. The actions that you guys do is limitless. Okay? So winding down here, here's a little vision I have for you guys, because you will succeed this upcoming week. Because it's not pressure, but this is like pre-game stuff. This is like I talk about, being an athlete. This is all pre-game, getting ready, right? So this upcoming week, you're going to be successful because this is a call to action. You guys basically have been put on a spot because next week, everyone's got to say a little bit something about one of their days. And they got to talk. We'll make it quick. We're not going to put you on the spotlight. Well, why didn't you do that? Which way this works? But what that's going to do, that's going to put you in a position where now you've done something. Now you've reached, you've actually you've moved into action. And if you want to do it the week after that, which I highly recommend, you should do it every day. If you take Sunday off to go to church and be with the family, you write down day off for family. Miss Jocelyn Driscoll and I were talking about that the other day. I don't do a lot on Sundays, Chris, because that's like my family time. That's church and my family. You should have that. You definitely should have that. So, but I'll tell you what, here's where your proof's going to be that all this is going to work. The proof's going to be next Sunday night on this call. That's going to be your proof. You guys understand a little bit now how to cast vision? No more excuses. I don't know how to cast vision. Yeah, you do. Chris told you. So be supportive of each other, guys. That's how we get to the top. We support each other. We hold each other up. We love on each other. Sometimes we got to tell each other what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. It happens. But no one's perfect. You guys are amazing people. Every single last one of you on here. I love the fact that I've actually got to spend some time with most, except for Kiko. She don't come to California too much anymore. But with that being said, guys, God bless. I look forward, said Jabria. Hold on a sec here. I'm going to do this right here. So I have a screenshot now of everybody who's on the call. So everybody on the call next week, I look forward to seeing you on here. Get your sheet. Let's go to work this week. Gave you guys an update of what we just did for ID Seal. So if I can do it, I'm a dumb fireman. You can do it. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Oh, you got a question, Miss Perez?
What I was gonna say is that you're really smart. You got a picture of all of us, right? The kids here in Coalinga, there was quite a few of them that ditched, and they had a video camera, and they that's how they got the kids. They video cameraed the ones that ditched school, and that's how they got them. How to share that with you?
Yeah, unfortunately, when I was in school, I was one of those kids. So I'm sorry. I apologize now for what I did years ago. All right, guys. Thank you guys very much. God bless. If you guys aren't reading any books, get you a book this week. I'm going back through Think and Grow Rich. And I'm telling you, going back through with about third or fourth time, it just, Richest Man in Babylon. That's a good one, Mr. Foster. That's a good one. You know, here's one that Shaquille's been talking about. This is a good book. This is a good, yeah, Mr. Culver's got that one. So Mr. Thomas here too. This is kind of going off subject, but how the top 10 reasons the rich go broke. This is an eye opener. This is Kiyosaki's CPA. Got a guy we've been talking. Oh, you need that there, Maria? Got it? Okay. I know, and just be in contact with people. The other day, talking to a guy who's still wants to be in business, but he didn't have the money. And I just sent him some stuff about being mindset. And then, hey, boss, if you get a chance, I highly recommend this. It'll help you get out of your situation. Oh, wow. Thank you. So I'm getting him reading. So we always got to be on that move. We always got to be on that, mind open, outside the box, and growing and going. So with that being said, guys, God bless. Jabri, thank you for tonight, boss. You guys have a blessed evening. You guys enjoy your families for the rest of the weekend. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Tomorrow morning is Natasha, I think.
Yes, sir. 3.0. Natasha Ismail.
3.0. So awesome. All right, guys. Have a blessed evening. See you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.